Welcome to Women in History Month, and today we're speaking to Keshawn Harris. And for those of you who don't know, Keshawn has really strong roots in the New Orleans community. She's a balance rapper, a recovery coach, and she also works with Volunteers of America, Southeast Louisiana. And she has her own nonprofit. I can't think of a better way to start Women's History Month than with our own employees making history here in the community, as well as with Volunteers of America. It's our responsibility to celebrate the contributions of women to American society and this New Orleans culture. So, good morning, Keshawn.
Good
Welcome.
morning.
How you doing?
All is well in you.
Can't complain. A little cold, but happy that you are here with us today and decided to do the interview.
Thank you, I'm honored.
So, tell us, who is Keshawn?
Keshawn is a mother. Keshawn is a community activist. I would say a servant, always open and ready to serve others and help others. A rapper, an author of 2 amazing books.
What are the name of your books?
Empower Her empowers him too. So I
Okay.
have 2 amazing books that I wrote and put out for the pandemic, and they did well. And I'm excited about that. Excited about the books. Also, I am the founder and the owner of the Healing Circle. So I have a 501c3 organization, the Healing Circle, where I'm always in a community, boots on the ground, helping those in need.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much. At Volunteers of America, Keshawn, as I mentioned before, is a peer recovery coach. Tell us a little bit about what a peer recovery coach is.
So a peer recovery coach is a person who overcame addiction and also help those that's in recovery with supporting them, encouraging them, uplifting them, and guiding them on their and walking with them as they guide them on their wellness journey.
Awesome. So, how did you get involved in this type of work? It seems though like this is very special and dear to your heart. Like, how did you get involved with this?
So growing up, my mother had an addiction. I suffered from her addiction. Her addiction had a big effect on me and my younger siblings. So at the age of 14 years old, I was running the whole household because my mom was in and out of jail. And I had to provide, I had to pay the bills, I had to feed my younger siblings, and I had to be responsible at a very young age.
Wow. That's a lot for a 14-year-old to take on. Can you share how that experience has shaped you today?
So the experience shaped me today because it has a calling on me and on my life to help others, to go out in the community, to help those with other people with recovery, refer them, encourage them, also to feed the people. So we go out and feed them, we build them up, encouraging the community. I bring out job reference and information and stuff like that to the community. So I am the connection and the one that make all the connection with other organizations into the communities of New Orleans.
Well, that's awesome. You seem you do some amazing work. A fun question: if you could have lunch with anybody in past history, who would that be?
I say Madam C.J. Walker.
Oh, why Miss C.J.
Yes.
Walker?
Miss C.J. Walker, she invented the first perms and hairstyles and the different things for women to help them. And I would have loved to connect with her. I have a background of hair styling, so that would kept me and helped me through my struggles at the age of 14. I did hair, so that would help me pay the bills and stuff like that. So I love hair, honestly, like, keeping over hair and stuff like that.
I'm maybe calling on you for some hair. How do you maintain resilience in challenging situations?
So growing up, I always was, I watched my grandmother pray. My mom, she was very spiritual, but she was balanced. She had a spiritual side, she had a very street side. So she was always a balanced woman, and she always told me to pray. And she gave me the recipe of praying and just watching my grandmother pray and worship. So that's something that I do. I pray a lot. I pray for others and I pray for myself, and it keeps me grounded. I also do a lot of meditation. I go to the water, I meditate, I release and reset often as needed.
I may have to try some meditation. Another fun question. What's the best piece of advice you would give your younger self today?
I thought about this millions of times. The best advice I would give my younger self is to keep going, you know, because sometimes I really used to feel like, and I used to stop, and I feel like I never get out the Magnolia Project. I'll never overcome this, and I'll never overcome it, and not kind of like talk yourself out of the things that's possible for you. So that's the advice with everything else I did and I learned from experiences. So that's the advice I'll give myself. But as I got older, I learned that to speak positive, that the tongue holds power of life and death. So to speak positive and speak yourself and never kind of like down yourself to say what you can't and you're not adequate to do.
I love that. Can you share a pivotal moment that shaped your professional career?
I can remember one day being in prayer, and as I was in prayer, I heard a voice say, "Diane is coming out." And for those that don't know, Diane is my mom.
Okay.
So as I was praying about the ministry and I was praying about the work that God was allowing me to do, I heard Diane is coming out. So when I heard that, I started taking it real personal. So every person served that I connect with, every person in the community that I help or assist or walk along on their wellness journey, I see my mom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really personal because I always desired for her to be healed and her to be well. So it's real different and personal for me walking on this wellness journey because it's like Diane is coming out. So everything I desire for my mom, everything I hoped and prayed for her to be and become, I expect into, you know, putting the work into others to help them.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for
You're
sharing.
welcome.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
How has mentorship played a role in your development now?
Mentorship played a major role in my development. Again, I boxed myself in a lot growing up. Didn't have a role model, didn't have a mother or anyone there to, you know, have structure or teach me in those areas. But growing and learning from mentors, it helped me to think outside of the box. It helped me to elevate, and it helped me to continue to push forward, to keep going to higher heights.
Another fun question. Who is your favorite bounce artist in New Orleans?
Kitty Black.
Tell us a little bit how you got involved into the music.
So at a younger age, I always had, the first talent that I noticed that I had was art. I can draw anything I see. I'm an artist. I love to draw. And as I was drawing, I started doing poetry. So I started doing poetry and growing up with a mom that's incarcerated in and out of jail. She used to send home cards, like birthday cards, Valentine's cards. So I started creating those cards for the children at school. And once I noticed I could do poetry, I started writing rhymes and music. Moving forward to middle school, my cousin and I, my late cousin Magnolia Shorty, she was murdered. She used to rap with Cash Money Records, and we used to like beat on the walls, and we used to do like live concerts at the school, and we'd have everybody cutting and coming, you know, from their classes and stuff. So music was something that I loved to do. I used to rap at the DJs and parties and stuff like that. And as I got older, I really didn't want to make it out of a career.
Mm-hmm.
I used to support her with it. Like I used to travel with her. I used to do a lot of her contracts and stuff like that. So that's how I gained a lot of knowledge in the music on the professional side. And when she passed away, I just stepped up to the mic and I did it, and it just blew up and it just went overboard. Just, you know, yeah.
Well, you got some fans here, Volunteers of America. So keep going. How do you hope to impact the next generation of peer coaches?
So I hope to encourage and inspire the next generation by my actions, by putting in the work, allowing them to see the work and also the results. I'm a woman of results. I love to see the results because you could put in the work and get caught up in doing the work, but what is the results from that work? So letting them to see the results and know that it's possible to help elevate and changing lives.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for taking your time out to speak with us here at Volunteers of America in honor of Women's History Month. I really appreciate the time, and thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you. I'm honored.
Bye.